I'll start with the history that I was able to gather, and there again, George Brumder in 1910, he was the publisher, newspaper publisher, magazine. He published sheet music, just about anything it had anything to do with paper. This guy printed it. Made a lot of money doing that. In 1910, he built Brumder for his son George Jr. and his wife Henrietta, I believe. 11 kids between them. By 1920, Henrietta had died, and I believe George sold to Sam Pick. Sam Pick was what you would call a shady character. He had alleged mob ties. That's what I was able to trace back was to Chicago mob ties, which basically meant Al Capone. This is what Sam Pick turned into a speakeasy. I don't really want to say flop house, but it was a speakeasy. This particular room, I believe he had used for gambling, showed occasional movies. He had several, I guess you would call them ladies of the night, or even be blunt, prostitutes that had resided here. One in particular that did reside here, I was able to find that she did list her address as being, a Brumder Mansion address. The name that I had found on the website was a name of Aunt Pussy or a Sue or a Susan. The gal that did reside here and did list her address was a woman named Susan, and she went by a nickname of Prissy. It was very close to what the psychic was picking up on. She was a prostitute, and I have no idea whatever happened to her. I have no clue. And some of the claims, and I'm not exactly sure what room it's in, but some of the claims were that some people that stay there hear a woman either talking about getting the dogs out of the room or mentioning something about dogs being in the room. And I believe at that time the psychic picked up on this woman telling her that she didn't want dogs in the room. There was dogs on the bed, or somebody was sleeping in the bed and there was dogs that were sleeping with her.
We have EVPs, and we're going to play some with the Brumder.
Yeah, I've got some from
here. And you guys will be able to hear those from here. But when we break them later, I have some too. You guys can actually put the headphones on here, because we're going to show you how to look for EVPs too.
Now this was actually the very first day we had ever come out here. And we sat down with Tom and Julie to do like a little pre-screen, like a little interview. And we set an audio recorder upstairs on the table. We were just sitting around talking. And Julie's actually telling a story about a belt that had come up missing. And hopefully I know how to run all this and get it to where you guys can hear it.
I could have sworn I stuck it there. So I looked all around for 2 3 days. I came back and I looked in the closet and there it was. And I knew it wasn't there before. So just kind of.
Now play it again. There's an extra voice in there.
There's a slight pause. And hear the extra voice.
And this, of course, we did not hear until I got home and listened to the audio, and just about freaked out.
I could have sworn I stuck it there. So I looked all around for 2 3 days. I came back and I looked in the closet and there it was. And I knew it wasn't there before. So just kind of.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that you talking about the belt
Yes.
in the closet? Okay.
Is it about 3/4 of the way through you started to hear something?
Yeah, it's real quick, and I want to say, just as you're saying, I went back upstairs and there it was.
Man, I don't even know how to explain. It
Vacant?
Yep, vacant, nothing in it. I hope somebody just walked by that window. Is there any way that people can walk by that window?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I just happened to see something go boom. I'm like, whoa.
What was that?
He talked about going in and knowing everything. We don't want to. We want to come into a place and be able to sense and feel the place. I mean, you talked about it too. When you sense and feel something, I mean, that's the biggest thing. I'm sensing and feeling something right now. If you haven't seen me up here for the last about 5 minutes.
Does he be going like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always do, because it. See, like I said, it's very different than TV. I mean, I don't call out names, but that's not what we want to do either.
I mean, I have to say, there's a lot of activity throughout the house. I mean, you've had other groups in before that have, you know, pinpointed.
Joe, do you guys
certain
have an
rooms.
audio recorder going right now?
No.
We don't?
No.
Did anyone hear like a male voice talking just a second ago?
Came from
You
this
know what? I was
corner.
wondering if
Did
that
you
was
hear it?
Scotty
Yeah.
upstairs.
It either came from the
Was
corner
it Scotty or
or
was it a
upstairs.
voice from over there? I actually heard a male voice talking while we were.
Yes.
See, I say Scotty, but see.
Then I have to go check. I have to go see if Scotty's right.
It either was upstairs or was in that corner right there, because
I heard it coming from this direction.
I think I even might have.
I just figured it was Scotty up there
That's what
on
I
a cell
thought.
phone or something like that.